Hello friends, I am Shushant Raghavan. Welcome to Technical and Quality Session. For understanding the technical requirements and quality standards in clothing industry, making a sustainable garment, I have good practical experience in the apparel manufacturing sector. My skills are CAD pattern making, sample development, technical requirements, and measuring quality performance. Today's session is about what is work study in clothing industry. For more sessions like this, do like and subscribe to my channel. Now let's begin the presentation. What is work study? Work study is a management service based on examination of human work in all its contexts, systematic examination of the methods of carrying on activities so as to improve the effective use of resources and to set up standards of performance for the activities being carried out. Work study, method study, motion study, work measurement, time study, and higher productivity. The two main sections of work study are how work is done, that is method study, the search for the best method, how much work is done, that is work measurement, how long should a job take. Why do we use method study? Different operators will develop different ways of doing a job, not all can be right. Some ways of working may have been developed because they were easier to learn or the operative had a special skill. The systematic recording of methods is essential for work measurement and helps when we wish to compare different approaches. The identification of the best method is a skill learned by practice like all other skills. But by carefully examining methods in a critical way, we gradually acquire the skill to identify bad ones and to suggest better ones. Better methods means more productivity, more production means more prosperity. Work measurement provides a fair way of estimating the time that it should take to do a job. Given the right skills, a plentiful work supply, and the proper equipment, nowadays we use the standard minutes as a tool for balancing production control and the estimation of efficiency. It is important in accurate pricing and of course in modern incentive schemes. It is a measure of the work content of a garment as the yard or meter is of the cloth. Standard minutes. Standard time is the average for one cycle of an operation that we would measure over a typical day if we had. A skilled operative, adequate incentive to call for the operative's best efforts, plenty of suitable work, the workplace and the machinery for which the standard time was specified, output at the correct level of quality, time allowed for the operative's personal needs and to overcome fatigue, expected delays due to minor machine maintenance, thread change, etc. Standard time, basic time, observed time. Standard time is equal to basic time plus machine delay allowance plus personal and fatigue allowance plus contingency allowance. Standard time calculation. Basic time is equal to observed rate divided by 100 into observed time. First, the basic time for each observation of each element is calculated. Then the average basic time for each element is obtained from this. You may be tempted to multiply the average observed rate by the average observed time for an element. This will give the wrong answer. Machine delay allowance are applied to the basic time for those elements which are primarily concerned with the operation of machinery. Machine delay allowances including bobbin and coupe change. Single needle lock stitch 9%, twin needle lock stitch 14%, 3-thread overlock 7%, 4-thread overlock 9%, 5-thread overlock 11%. Personal and fatigue allowances, together with any similar allowances, are added to the total of the machine basic times with machine delay allowances added plus the total of the basic times for the other elements. A typical P&F allowance would be 14%. Example: operation elements, pickup and position parts, basic time 0.26, occurrence 1. Sew first seam, basic time 0.42, occurrence 1. Reposition and sew second seam, basic time 0.10, occurrence 1. Cut thread and dispose, basic time 0, occurrence 1. Bundle handling, basic time 0.76, occurrence 1 by 100. Cut thread and dispose is done automatically while the operative gets the next lot of parts. Mission delay allowance 0.42 plus 0.10 plus 9% is equal to 0.567. Personal and fatigue allowance 0.26 plus 0.76 divided by 100 plus 0.567 plus 15% is equal to 0.9598. Therefore, the standard time for the operation is 0.96 sm. Standard time stays the same. Performance rating 75, time taken 8 minutes, basic time 8 into 75 divided by 100 is equal to 6 minutes. 4 different people working at 4 different speeds, but for each there is the same standard time. The objective of work measurement is to establish a standard time for the job and not for the operative. Efficiency. If we can measure work in the currency of the standard minute, then we have an absolute measure of output, which does not change for a given factory, with a given set of machinery and equipment. By comparing this with the potential, that is the time attended, we can measure the level of efficiency. Efficiency is equal to standard minutes earned divided by actual minutes attended. Individual operator efficiency calculation. Individual operator efficiency percentage is equal to total minutes produced into 100 divided by total minutes worked. We measure individual operators' performance efficiency percentage for operator grading, skill metrics, and daily employee performance rating. In case an operator is doing more than one operation, first calculate total minutes produced in each operation and sum up total minutes produced in all operations by an employee. Some terms used in time study. Work sampling. Work sampling is a method of finding the percentage occurrence of a certain activity by statistical sampling and random observations. Work content. The work content of a job or operation is defined as basic time plus relaxation allowance plus any allowance for additional work. Example, that part of contingency allowance which represents work. Time study. Time study is a work measurement technique for recording the times of performing a certain specific job or its elements carried out under specific conditions, and for analyzing the data so as to obtain the time necessary for an operator to carry it out at a defined rate of performance. Qualified worker. A qualified worker is one who has acquired the skill, knowledge and other attributes to carry out the work in hand to satisfactory standards of quantity, quality and safety. Some terms used in time study. Work cycle. A work cycle is a sequence of elements which are required to perform a job or yield a unit of production. The sequence may sometimes include occasional elements. Rating. Rating is the assessment of the worker's rate of working relative to the observer's concept of the rate corresponding to standard space. Below is a chart classifying rating. 50 very slow, little motivation, speed miles per hour, 75 steady purposeful movement, no obvious shaking, 100 brisk pace, well motivated, 125 very fast, not attainable for a working day by most people, 40 miles a day. Observed rate into observed rating divided by standard rating equal to basic time. 1.20 into 100 divided by 100 equal to 1.08 minutes BM or basic minutes, where 1.20 equal to observed time and 90 equal to observed rate. Observed rating equal to basic time into 100 divided by observed time. Some terms used in time study. Standard performance. Standard performance is the rate of output which qualified workers will naturally achieve without overexertion as an average over the working day or shift, provided that they know and adhere to the specified method and provided that they are motivated to apply themselves to their work. This performance is denoted as 100 on the standard rating and performance scale. Basic time. Basic time is the time for carrying out an element of work at standard rating, that is observed time into observed rating divided by standard rating. Selected time. The selected time is the time chosen as being representative of a group of times for an element or group of elements. These times may be either observed or basic and should be denoted as selected observed or selected basic time. Some terms used in time study. Relaxation allowance. Relaxation allowance is an addition to the basic time intended to provide the worker with the opportunity to recover from the physiological and psychological effects of carrying out specified work under specified condition and to allow attention to personal needs. The amount of allowance will depend on the nature of the job. Element. An element is a distinct part of a specified job selected for convenience of observation, measurement and analysis. Breaking a job to an element will help to assess performance, evaluate method changing, isolate effective time, record the job as a synthetic value, and calculate rest allowance and frequency. Some terms used in time study. Work specifications. A work specification is a document setting or the details of an operation or job, how it is to be performed, the layout of the workplace, particulars of machines, tools and applications to be used, and the duties and responsibilities of the worker. The standard time or allotted time assigned to the job is normally included. Predetermined time (PMTS). A predetermined time standard is a work measurement technique whereby times established for basic human motions, classified according to the nature of the motion and the conditions under which it is made, are used to build up the time for a job at a defined level of performance. The fundamental human activities that together form basic motions are classified as reach for an object or a location, grasp an object touching it or closing the fingers around it, move an object a specified distance to a specified place, regrasp an object in order to locate it in a particular way, usually prior to, release an object to relinquish control on it, other elements for assembling to or inserting an object into its intended location. Objectives of work study: increased efficiency, better product quality, to choose the fastest method to do a job, to improve the working processes, less fatigue to operators and workers, effective labor control, effective utilization of resources, to decide equipment requirements, to pay fair wages, to aid in calculating exact delivery, to formulate realistic labor budgeting and to decide the required manpower to do a job. To determine if there are any fluctuation in production, time studies are frequently done. Daily, weekly, monthly and yearly reports are drawn to monitor production accurately. Thank you for watching. For more sessions like this, do like and subscribe to my channel. Please comment your valuable thoughts and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notified when I post a new presentation. Bye, have a good day.